China has a very long history in education, like this Confucius tradition. Testing is the way to measure how good you are and how well you learn. There's a long tradition in this. Of course, the other side of the story is very fierce competition and kind of ranking among the schools, between the students. So it's a very, it's kind of competition-driven or test-driven culture in the kind of personalized learning and fun learning direction. So this is what is emphasized in teacher education, for instance. Not only the student is an individual, but also teacher is an individual. So when teachers teach, they use their own talents and personal characteristics in education. They try to think that where I am good at. And then if you have this attitude to yourself, then you reflect it also to your students. So basically, I would say Chinese are much more disciplined and goal-oriented. And I think we in Finland could learn something about this as well. We are more like maybe play and game-oriented, a little bit more easygoing, not so much homework. Our kids have quite much actually free time. It's it's a small part of their life. Actually, education and school is there, but many parents are more interested about the kids' hobbies, for instance. I think it's quite important thing in Finnish families that they teach the kids to behave very well to their neighbors and others and pick up the trash. It's kind of shame to the family if the kid behaves bad. Kind of thinking like that school is not isolated island, but the kids are part of the society and they should see the society, they should see the places around, they should go to museums and everywhere and do some own study and own work, use their own thinking, own sources to produce some content out of that, what they learn. In Finland they do tests in schools, so parents never know actually that there was any test. So they monitor, they follow how good the kids are at different levels. But they don't need to burden the kids or the families with this kind of exercise. It's just like blood test, you take just a drop. And of course they do a test if you give them a test paper and you say, you have this hour now to make this test, so they make the test. If you have the inspiration to learn, curiosity, that's all you need. If I were a Chinese parent, then I would no matter where the school is, I think the core is to support the child's well-being and kind of comprehensive growth, so that I would not let my child actually to do homework whole evening. I would say at some point, no, this is enough. You have to have some own time. You have to rest. Your brain needs some rest. You have to meet your friends. Don't bother too much about the next examination. Let's look at further. Let's have a longer perspective. What would be the solution? How could they relax? Because when I came to China, my biggest surprise was actually, I didn't understand earlier how much the pressure there is around education, how education-oriented the society is. It is not necessarily student-oriented. And my feeling is that parents are, almost all of them, a little bit like in panic. Yes. And when you are in a panic, you don't think twice, you don't think too much, you just do quickly. You look around what others are doing and you do the same because you think that maybe this helps, maybe this is the solution. So I've been thinking what would make the parents to relax a little and think twice. I met so many parents who think this way and who suffer from the current system. You have social media, you all have WeChat. What if these parents more and more share this kind of attitude and thinking and support each other? But they can do it through social media and get more attention to the pressure and the problems that they have if they want to do things differently. And I think this kind of supportive network and discussion and dialogue would be a very good solution actually. And if you can expand it, then you get more and more parents who are involved. So then finally I think these kind of things may change the policies also. And this is something I would love to tell to my kids if I were a Chinese parent, that somehow planned kind of inspiration and fire for learning by him or herself, and be curious and want to learn new things throughout the life. So this is the thing that will carry you throughout the life. I think that one of the key philosophies in Finnish education is to make students good citizens and responsible people and kind of happy adults. And how you can achieve this if you're isolated from the environment. So we are all part of the society and our environment and neighborhood. You cannot learn if you study like, I would say more than 4, 5, 6 hours, depending on the age. If you are at the first grade in the school, you should study maybe 3 hours a day. And the rest of the time you should let the brains to take this information in and rest and relax and enjoy something else. And I'm sure that in this way the learning is better actually. The brain is like the muscle, it gets tired and it doesn't help to push the brain. It doesn't remember anything, it doesn't learn anything. So I think it's mostly a waste of time actually, in big part. And I'm sure there are a lot of studies in scientific papers proving this actually.